welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about what I really see my vision, being visually impaired, living with hemianopia. So I will first begin. I actually have talked about my vision. I have made, a few videos where I talk about it a little bit, but I haven't talked too much on my channel about living with hemianopia, so I thought I would do a whole video talking about it. So first, if you don't know what hemianopia is, I have right hemianopia, so there's different forms of hemianopia. The one I have affects the right side of both of my eyes. So basically, I will put a picture in so you can see. I feel like sometimes seeing it is better than me actually describing it. But basically, I am missing half of my visual field on the right side. So basically, if you imagine cutting your eyes in half and only being able to see from the left side, the left half is what I see. And yeah, so for me, this is normal and this is all I ever known. So for the longest time, I actually didn't even know I had hemianopia. I literally thought wearing glasses, I'm fine. But the reality is glasses, yes, they do help because the vision I do have, the 50% I do have in both of my eyes, it does work. But the 50% I don't have in both eyes, there's nothing I can do. I literally see nothing. I don't see anything, that 50% I'm missing, that's just I'm missing it. When I put my hand out right here, I can't see my hand because I have no right peripheral vision, but if I put my hand out right here, I can see my hand. But yeah, I can tell what I'm missing in terms of my right eye, but if I think about it, I don't really know, I can't really describe my left eye because I do have left peripheral vision. It's the right side of my left eye that I'm missing, so it's kind of hard. And since I don't know any different, this is just all I ever know. And definitely the most frustrating thing about having hemianopia is the fact that at least for me, is I feel I can see. I truly feel wearing glasses, I can see. And some, a lot of times, I just go throughout my life and I don't see how being visually impaired impacts me or how I am visually impaired. But then there are other times where I'm just oh my god, yeah, I missed that from the right side. I did not see that. And it's just one of those things where I just I feel I'm in between. I have enough vision to do a lot of things, and I'm so grateful for that. You have no idea. I'm grateful for that, but at the same time, it impacts me enough for the vision I don't have. And that kind of there's things I think about, and having cerebral palsy on top of that, it definitely makes it harder. And I guess some things I'm just wow, is it actually my vision that making this harder for me to do and not actually my CP? Wow. And then I know, for the longest time I literally thought I would be able to drive. But when I got diagnosed with hemianopia, I guess it took a long time because I mentioned this in another video, but it was the beginning of high school. I was 14 or 15. Yeah, I had a visual field test, and that one, it was no, yeah, I'm missing a lot more vision than we thought. We truly thought with glasses I'm fine, but that's not the case. But yeah, it was definitely hard finding out I can't drive, and I made a video about that because it is complicated because yes, at home my disabilities do play a factor in why I can't drive, but hemianopia makes it hard, even though I don't know, this is all I ever known. So even before I knew I had hemianopia, I literally thought this is just what everyone saw, you know? Like, I don't know any different, and I still don't, like, completely know everything I'm missing. But yeah, the one of the, like, the most common cause of hemianopia is a stroke, which is why I have hemianopia. Hi guys, so it's a couple of days later, but I realized there actually are some other things I am not mentioning that I want to share with you. So first is accommodations in school in terms of my vision. So one of the biggest ones I had was where I'm sitting in the classroom. Now, it's not necessarily like making sure I'm like close, I'm in the front of the room, even though I will say I prefer that, just because like I'm a short person and I don't want someone tall in front of me, especially with my vision. Like, it would just make it harder. So like I always made sure, you know, I was in the front, but more so like in terms of like the left side of the classroom and the right side of the classroom, like making sure I'm towards the right side of the classroom, because in terms of my vision, that would be the best, because then like it would give me the best chance of not missing anything on the board. Because if I was on the left side of the classroom and if I do not turn my head, like there is a chance, like even if I do turn my head, like there's a greater chance I'm gonna miss something on the board. So throughout high school and college, like I made sure I got that accommodations, and I made sure my teachers and professors knew that. But also like I think about like life in general, and like specifically like going to the movie theaters. Now, I have not been to the movie theaters in so long, literally since before the pandemic, but every time I do go, like I make sure I'm on the right side of the movie theater where I'm sitting, because since the screen is big, like I just feel like if I'm on the left, like there is a good chance I'm gonna miss something. So, and I'm not gonna see like the whole screen. So that is something, you know, I have to think about, even like in everyday life. Or like I feel like there's more things, like there are always like some things like that comes up that even when I'm like reading a piece of paper, sometimes I will miss something, or like miss something on my computer and be like, oh my god, you not see that, like and it's just like it will come up every now and then. I'm just like, wow. Now, in terms of reading and like text and print and all that stuff, I do fine with just like regular fonts and just like the regular size. For me, it's just important to remember to scan to like the right and tilt my head and just make sure I'm not missing anything. And honestly, I feel like if it was bigger, like in a way it would make it harder, if that makes sense, like just because I would have to scan more if the words were bigger. So honestly, like I do fine with just like the regular font, and I find that works best for me, just making sure I scan and try my best to not miss anything, and just like go over again if I feel like I'm missing something or like whatever. But like yeah, that what I do, especially, you know, throughout school. Like I just double check everything and make sure, like especially like tests and like exams and quizzes and all that stuff, because there is a chance like I may miss something, but like having it in a bigger font wouldn't necessarily help me, because then I would guess have to scan more. So yeah. Now, I don't know if I ever said this on my channel before, but in high school, I learned Braille. One of my vision teachers taught me Braille, and then I taught myself some Braille, and I actually was in a Braille club, which was fun. And then in high school, for my senior project, I Braille some books for a child, which was so fun, and gets you learn Braille, and gets to understand how it works, and just like all the numbers that is involved with it. Like for me, I just found that so interesting, since I'm so good with numbers. Yeah, it was just so much fun to learn how to actually Braille too. And even though like I haven't like used Braille in a while, since like high school, like I just think it's so cool, and I almost want to like relearn it and go over it again, because I just like love it, and I don't know, I just find it so interesting. And yeah, but anyway, I definitely, like, in terms of, like, my eyes, I do have a lazy eye, and I have always had a lazy eye. Back when I was in elementary school, I actually had I wore eye passes, which I feel like I have talked about a little bit on my channel, which, you know, at the time it was like helpful because it made me use my right eye because I would never use it. It would always go out. And so to this day, like, I still have trouble with it. But like, I stopped wearing it because if like now I think about it, I'm just like, all the time that I was wearing an eye patch, like, I literally had like half of an eye. Like, what? Like, I literally had one half of an eye. Like, that is just like crazy to think about. But like, sometimes, like, if I notice, or like my family notice, like, my eyes going out, like, I'll do this. Guess so, like, I am like forcing myself to use my right eye. But yeah, that is something, you know, I have to deal with as well. Canes are one of those things that I feel like is kind of like leg braces for me. And that is the fact that, like, I don't like necessarily need it in order to get around and to like live my life. But would it help me? Yes, it would help me, especially like if I'm, you know, crossing a street, or like, you know, going into the city and just like around like a busy area with a lot of people. Like, yes, it would be great to have a cane for not only people around me to know that I do have vision loss, but for me to feel more comfortable and just to make sure like I'm not missing anything. And that's the same thing for like leg braces, because do I need a leg brace in order to walk? Like, I don't, but would it help me to make my legs stronger? Yes, it would. And it's one of those things where it's like, kind of like a blessing and a curse, because kind of like I have a choice. Like, I have a choice to not wear it and to not use it if I don't really want to. But like, it's one of those things where I'm just like, should I really use it, like, and wear it? Like, probably in like different like circumstances where I'm, you know, walking for a long time, or like in a busy area in a city. Like, yes, it would be, but then, you know, there's things in terms of a cane that I have to think about, in terms of like using a cane with one hand and making sure the cane is accessible. The cane I do have that I got back in high school, my orientation and mobility teacher got it for me, is not fully accessible for me. So like, that is one of the frustrating things. Is like, I would probably need like a accessible cane, which is why, like, since I don't like need it, like, I haven't like honestly like got like a cane that is more accessible, because I'm just like, well, you know, I'm fine and I feel like I have adapted so well. So yeah, but you know, things may change. Like, I may move and I may be in an area where I'm walking around more, and I'm crossing some more streets, I'm doing more of that, and I would probably want a cane in a lot of those situations. But since I don't do that much now, it's not like necessary for me to have a cane, especially, you know, when I do that, like, I'm with people, so I have people to like help me if I need it, and to make sure like I'm safe and like I'm not missing anything. So yeah, that is, I feel like, all I want to like talk about today, I think. If you have any questions about, you know, Hemianopia, or just like my life with it, my life being visually impaired, and just like any of that, definitely leave a comment down below and I'll answer for you. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, follow me on all my social medias, they'll be linked below, turn on post notifications. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you in my next video very soon. Bye.